Hey yo, how you doing? How you doing? Welcome to this Saturday show. Before I go to the gym, I wanted to do this video. It was supposed to be at 10 o'clock, but I didn't wake up at 10 o'clock. But I'm here now. I'm here now. It's 11 o'clock. This is gonna be a short video. It's not gonna be a long video. It's just a video on Phil Foden. I even named it the case of Phil Foden. Um, Reason why I'm talking about Foden is there's been a lot of bad talk on Foden. A lot of bad talk. There's a lot of bad talk about Foden this season. I have seen a lot of people, even some from our fan base, saying Phil Foden has to be sold, Phil Foden has to be on the bench, Phil Foden is not good enough. And then when you go to when you go to other channels, the rivals are even having the chest to come out and say, "Oh, what has happened to Foden? What has happened to Foden?" Look, let me just remind people what Foden was. Obviously, Foden is regarded as one of the most technically gifted players England, even in the world. Let's be honest. He's not only profiled in England. He's profiled at Man City. In that way, he's profiled in the world in that way because a lot of people they rate him. Like I'm talking about other players, fellow players actually rate him. If you see them talking about Foden, they say this guy is very intelligent, this guy is very gifted, this guy is very good. Obviously, left-footed player, um, plays as an attacking midfielder or plays as a winger. People have always been asking for years, what does Foden do? What exactly is Foden's position? Foden doesn't know where to play, which is another lie because people always want to hit Foden with the stick that he doesn't know where to play or he has no position, just because Pep Guardiola has played him in multiple positions. And you know what? Let's use that as a flex because some people, some people would try use that as a stick to beat Foden with, but let's use that as a flex because the reason why this kid is able to play as a false nine, a left winger, right winger, play as a number 10, or sometimes play deeper, is because the kid is talented. If this kid was not talented, if Phil Foden was not talented, he would be stuck on one position. Yes, I said it. Some of your star boys, or you call them your star boys or your best players, they are stuck on one position because the manager looks at them and say, "Can I play this guy as a false nine, or can I play him as a number 10?" Another thing that makes me laugh is all this because of one bad season. That is true. All this shit because of one bad season. That is true. Foden was the player of the season last season. Player of the season. He won a lot of individual awards. Foden, throughout his years at Man City, has won awards as the Young Player of the Year. I think twice or something. Young Player of the Year twice. Admired by most of his peers, as I said. But it's only taken a season where he's had a time off, like last season. After that, every single individual have been on his back. Oh, where is Phil Foden? What is Foden doing? Why is Foden not good enough? Foden is finished. How can you be finished at the age of 24, ladies and gentlemen? How can you be finished at the age of 24? You guys, some people have short memory. I have seen people in the comments too telling me that take Foden out of the starting lineup. I have seen people make starting lineups for next season and they don't include Foden. Quite funny because Foden at his best, I'm telling you this now. Maybe some people will not like this, but Foden at his best, I don't think anybody takes that number 10 jersey. Also, when I was on a show last time and I went and did a bit of research. I think we were talking about Verts, and people were like, "Oh, what Verts production is top notch." I think I went there and checked his production for Verts. I think Verts had like 7 goals or something, or 10 goals. He had something mad. Actually, let me check. Let me check. Let me check. I don't want to just speak. So I think I checked, and in 2023-24, 2023-24, Florian Wirtz, who's regarded as one of the best number 10s in the world, apparently, as people say. In 2023-24, Florian Wirtz played 32 games. He had 11 goals and 11 assists. Keep that in your mind. So Florian Wirtz is called a baller. This guy is the guy. Last year when he won the league with Leverkusen, he was the standard guy. Same time that Foden won the league with City. Now, keep again in mind, Florian Wirtz, 32 games, 11 goals, 11 assists. Now, if I go to Phil Foden last year, Phil Foden stats last year, Guess what? Foden played 30, 35 games, 19 goals. By the way, remember, Verts 11 goals, Foden 19 goals, 8 assists. 8 assists. Foden in his bad season, which is this year, he's got 7 goals, 2 assists, right? That's Foden's bad season. As people say, that's his bad season. And Florian Wirtz, who is the baller, has got 10 goals, 10 goals. That's just 3 more than Foden. And Wirtz has played more games than Foden. Foden has been injured this season. Foden has had private issues this season. The season prior for Foden, 2021-22, Foden had 9 goals, 5 assists. This kid has always been consistent, regardless where he gets played. Remember, 9, he didn't play as a right winger, left winger, always moved around. Why other players who people rate so much, call them that, oh, these guys are the next generation, are still not doing Foden numbers in their actual position. And last year, when he played as the number 10 and given the freedom as a number 10, he went to 19 goals. 19 goals, and that's not easy. None of your number 10s are doing 19 goals in 2025. Bring me a number 10 who's done 90 goals. Please find me a number 10. I think the closest one was Cole Palmer, who I think got more goals than him, or maybe they were similar. But both of them, Cole Palmer and Foden, produced the best season last season. And prior, the seasons were okay. Funny enough, even this year, where he's getting so much slander, where Foden people are beating him with the stick that he's not doing great, or where is Foden? If you look at players from other teams who people are hyping as the players who are doing great, guess what? Foden has similar numbers. Chibet said, good morning, Patrick. Good morning. How you doing? Foden is creative and versatile. That's what many players lack. I prefer him at camp. I prefer him at camp too, and he is versatile. And that's what makes him unique and better more than other players. I say this at the beginning. Let's not forget this guy was dubbed the Stockport Iniesta, and he lives up to the name. Let's be honest. Playing in the wings limits his chances of creating. Yes, it does, yeah. But he had a very good season one time. I remember that time when he scored against Southampton. People say Foden hasn't had also big game moments. That's another thing I wanted to back. I remember there was a game where he scored against Southampton. We were struggling. He scored a goal against, I think, Liverpool from the left-hand side. Then I remember when Foden was young, and that time he was just getting put into the team or integrated into the team. I remember he assisted Aguero against Spurs, and it was a very, very important goal because we needed to win. I think we won 1-0, and we needed it for the league. Phil Foden will be back this season. No one will take his 10th position. I'm telling people, Foden comes back this season, and at his best, I see Cherky playing as a right winger, and I don't mind that. Let's talk about the best player in the league next season. He's gonna ball next season. He's gonna ball next season. Big up, Pat. Big up to you. If he wasn't talented, he wouldn't be Cam, and that's it. Yep. That's true. Whereas Foden played RWCF and Cam. No. Foden is, that's what I'm saying. Foden is cold. And you know what's funny? I remember they were telling us that, oh, England is not doing well because of Phil Foden. Ever since Phil Foden hasn't played this season, England lost to Senegal 3-0. England have played poorly, and Foden hasn't been there. But England beat Senegal when Foden played. This is the thing I'm saying. Sometimes when you're so talented and good, people will come at you. Like, and it's quite simple. When you're doing something great and when you're doing something good, people always come at you. If you want to know that what I'm doing is actually impacting the world, is when you see a lot of haters. And that's what Foden has, a lot of haters for no reason. We won the league last season because of Foden and Rodri carry job. That is true. Usam is so Foden, the guy has said Wirtz has done it at the top level of football. Since we're calling the Bundesliga top level, sorry, but Foden is clear that is true. Big up, Patrick. I hope you're good. I am good, yeah. Morning, Patrick. Morning, Captain Harris. How you doing? Bro scored, put it on top bin at the Bernabeu. He did. Let's not forget also, it was Phil Foden and Riyad Mahrez who performed very well against PSG. That time we beat PSG. It was Phil Foden who scored against Dortmund when we needed that goal against Dortmund in the semifinals to get us to the finals. This kid has done so much at a young age. And the thing is, people don't watch Foden always because those people who say, oh, he never shows up in big games, those are the liars. You can tell those are the liars because I think majority of those people, they watch Foden sometimes in certain games and they always watch him when he's having a bad season or when he's having a bad time. They watch him so they can find things to come up with. when Foden was having one of the best seasons last year, majority of the haters were not there. I didn't see any of them making any comments because they knew he's having a good season. It just shows that they never watch him. Till the date of today, I still think one day he will win a Ballon d'Or. I think he will. At his best, he will win the Ballon d'Or. Let's be honest. If we did very well in the Champions League last season, we were going to be talking about Foden Ballon d'Or because the numbers he put up were incredible. But that's what I wanted to say, guys, this morning. I just wanted to talk about Phil Foden. Foden, this whole thing, Foden is finished, is done. You can't be finished and done at the age of 24. And I will look for the apologies. I will come back and remind people of this video because I've made videos of players. I made a video about Jack Grealish. I made a video about Riyad Mahrez, and people forget. So I will use this as my receipt. That, do you remember when I made the case for Phil Foden, when I was defending Phil Foden, when some of you were throwing him away? Some people would rather defend Jack Grealish, who's from Aston Villa, than their own Phil Foden. They have thrown Phil Foden under the bus and defended players that have just come to this team. Yes, Foden has had, as I said, not a great season, but we understand what happened. He told us himself that he's had issues with his knee throughout all this time. He told us that he's had personal issues in his life. And that's the reason why Foden did not even go to the England team. The England team that lost against Senegal. And people say it was Foden who was holding the team back. Anyway, big up to everybody, man. Hope you're well. Let me just read a few comments. Portmore, Foden is not finished. Foden is not finished. Last game against West Ham last season. Pressure on. We win. We have to win the league. Yeah, I remember. It was Phil Foden again who scored against West Ham. Top bin. Again, he puts it top bin. The system Pep is trying to play next season will get ultimate best out of Foden. We will be there. We will be there, Daniel. Haaland was robbed of a Ballon d'Or as well. The debut season was unreal. Yeah, that Ballon d'Or to Messi was just unfair. They should have given it to Haaland. Let's be honest. Let's keep it a buck. He broke a lot of records not to be given that Ballon d'Or. Anyway, one more last comment here. Big up to Luke, guys. Go subscribe to Never in My Lifetime podcast. Very good. Luke is very good. And I like having Luke on this channel. And also sometimes I'm on his channel. Big up to him. Let's go support all the city content creators. He looks happy as well. More confident in himself. We're all behind him. He has our support. He'll be back. We always have to support our players. And what Lucas said is true. You can't be throwing stones at Foden. You can't be doing that. You have to support your own. As I said, he is one of our own, and you have to support him. And regardless what it is, this Foden slander has to stop. We mustn't see it anymore. This kid is world class. This kid has done it since the under-17s. This kid scored a banger against Madrid in the preseason. That's the first time we all saw him. Preseason against Madrid, he scored a banger goal. And we knew from then that we had something special in our hands. We had a future Ballon d'Or in our hands. We had a UCL winner, a treble winner. The amount of Premier Leagues this kid has won is incredible. I don't think there's any English player who's bagged so many Premier Leagues at a young age as he is, or trophies at a young age as he is. So let's appreciate Phil Foden. So, guys, that's the case for Phil Foden. As I said, I'll be doing more of these videos. Go check out my story on Ryan and Nori. I speak about his background and how he's come to sign for Man City. Have a great Saturday, guys. I'm off to the gym. See you. Much love. Peace.
Wins tackles! In front! It's a title winner!
Perfect end to a perfect day. Manchester City 4, Manchester United 1. Oh, what a hedge! Oh, that's electrifying!
Hat-trick hunting, trick getting. Still the appetite is there for more. Oh, it is sensational!